So we're back at DGC Live and with a very, very special panel today. I don't know if I should call it panel or conversation. Welcome back, Ibrahim from Cosplay Arabia, and all of these colorful people you bring with you. It's just amazing. And Ibrahim, can you do a quick intro of the characters that have joined us today?
Hi, Habib. So today I'm very proud of our ambassadors who have joined us, and we have with us Foxinity, Eva from UAE, and we have from us Jackie from Lebanon, and we also have with us Abdullah from Saudi Arabia, and they're all in cosplay. You can all mention what you guys are in and why you have it.
I'll start first then. Hello, I'm Foxinity, and today I'm dressed as Nova Terra. She is from StarCraft, and it's one of the games by my favorite gaming company, Blizzard.
Okay, I'll go next. Hi, my name is Jackie. I'm dressed as Diva from Overwatch, and it's also from Blizzard, which is also my favorite. And Diva is actually a pro StarCraft player. Let's go.
Hello, I'm Extended Nian. I'm today wearing as Gyu from Demon Slayer. I wrote today because most of my cosplays are armor, and this is really easy to get in and comfortable for this session.
Yes, sir.
And Baraa, what are you in?
I am in a t-shirt of Goku. What's up? See? And you're wearing a jacket.
And we need to meet Hanin.
Oh, I'm Hanin. I'm cosplaying as myself. Obviously.
Yes, you are. Hard to do.
So, Ibrahim.
An original cosplay,
yes.
Okay.
Ibrahim, you as part of Cosplay Arabia, and so when you say cosplay ambassador, what does that mean?
Yes. When we say cosplay ambassador, what it means is that they've shown leadership skills when it comes to cosplaying in their communities. As I mentioned, most of them are from different countries, different parts of GCC, and they're all leaders in their own right, in the sense of they have a positive influence on the community around them, other cosplayers who are joining or veterans, and they're also highly skilled. It doesn't mean that they need to have a large following or we're selecting based on the popular ones. It just means that they are hardworking, they're skilled, and they have shown leadership qualities that we think would be great to incorporate under and represent Cosplay Arabia in the whole region.
So I want you to maybe, or each one of you, just to tell us more, how much time does it take to make these costumes?
To make?
Yeah, I think Foxini should go first because I know she's crafting and doing a lot of this work. So,
depends on the cosplay. It can take from 2 weeks to a month. Sometimes it goes over. It really depends on the build and the complexity of it. So for me, I think the longest, maybe 2 months, perhaps.
Whoa.
How many hours would you say, like if you put like work hours into it, possibly took in those 2?
Oh, wow. A long time. Lots of hours. Lots of hours. I'm bad with math.
Oh, man.
But lots. Lots.
And would you spend 2 hours per day?
Oh, no. When I do cosplays, it's usually just full day work because I do them when I don't have school. So it's around like sometimes 12 hours of work of just working on cosplay every day.
Wow. Extended Nian, I remember in one of our talks you mentioned you spent 100 hours on a chess piece. I actually mentioned this previously as well. Can you like elaborate more?
Yeah, sure. It was Doom Slayer from the game Doom. It's really known. It's an FPS game. It took me a lot of time only on the chess piece because it got a lot of details from the side, from the back, and from the front. That's why it took me like about 100 hours. Like the full build, I did not finish it yet, but alone on the chest and the shoulders and the helmet itself, it took me about 460 hours, something like that.
Wow. So It's a few months now you're on the same one, you mean?
Yeah. It took me exactly 30 days only to finish the helmet and the shoulder pieces and the chest.
Wow.
And Jackie?
Yes. Normally, I like sewing projects, and it really depends. Like a hybrid sewing armor project kind of takes me at least 4 weeks to do, because you have to take in consideration like patterning time and painting time, priming time. And each one really depends, like how big is the costume, how detailed is the costume, how complicated is the sewing. So I guess if it was an average, I'd say 3 to 4 weeks if it was like a hybrid costume.
Okay. Is that the longest you've taken, or?
Yeah, but thing is, for me, I kind of con crunch. Like when I have a costume I have in mind, that's all I work on. So it's like even if I have university, I kind of like go to university and just work on cosplay, and I kind of overnight a lot. So that's why I kind of like spend over like 3 weeks when it might take longer, but I do not get sleep. So
And
Just depend it on
I want to know something.
That's dedication right there.
Once you're finished, and it's the first time you put the costume on you, what's that feeling?
Oh, sometimes it's bad because you realize you made mistakes in the costume. Like normally the first fitting of a costume is when you realize, oh, this is not proportionate. Oh, I should fix this. So it's not really the best time. I think the third time is the best time, which it feels great.
What about you, Foxinity? What about you?
Personally, the first thing I noticed is, okay, next time I need to do this different, this different, this different, this different. Same with Jackie. It's I think for a lot of us, it's just about improving and like thinking about what we can do better next time. But then, you know, the more that I wear the cosplay, the more I'm like, okay, I'm proud of myself for, you know, spending all this time and work, and it's finally, you know, the final product.
But Abdullah, yes, Abdullah, did he sleep?
Sorry, the internet is really lagging right now, so I'm trying to fix it. So what was your question?
I thought you fell asleep under this wig, and
No, it's because of the camera and the background. So yeah,
it's okay, no problem.
because my room is kind of messy, so yeah, that's why I put this.
No,
background.
it's okay, it's okay. And Abdullah, how do you feel when you put the costume on and it's the first time you see it?
Well, not gonna lie, it really feels amazing, and I cannot describe the feeling because most of my cosplays are armors, and to have the feeling just like Tony Stark when he wears his Iron Man suit feels really amazing. You know, to walk around, I feel like you're in literal armor, although it's fake and made out of foam, but still it feels really amazing, and you cannot describe the feeling, to be honest.
I'm trying to see really. I mean, so much hours that are put into becoming this character by in the end by appearance, right? Because or do you choose also the character not only for its appearance but for what you can relate to him in terms of feelings, in terms of actions, in terms of I don't know, philosophy in life, in the character itself, or is it really just related to the appearance of the character?
Well, as you've mentioned, we mostly, like most of us cosplayers, when we choose the characters, we choose them as well based on design, as well based on the personality itself. Like there are a lot of cosplayers who like to impersonate like funny characters, sometimes serious characters. You know, I mostly choose like not the talkative type, most likely serious kind of personality. I really like that. But mostly when it comes to cosplays, I choose based on two things: on how I'm gonna look in that character, and the design itself, and the personality. So yeah, it's not only about appearance, it's as well as personality. Because you know, when you're in a convention, for example, Deadpool cosplayers, you know, they always like to be funny and all of that, make jokes, sometimes even pranks on cosplayers. So yeah, basically you become another character for whole day.
Hmm. And Foxanity, what do you think? Do you choose your character based on appearance only?
No. For me, it's really mostly about how much I really admire the character. If I have a lot of intense love and passion for a character and really look up to them and their story, their life, I know that I will enjoy myself in the character. Because at the end of the day, that is all that cosplay is about, having fun and enjoying yourself. So yeah, that's honestly it from my point.
And Jackie?
I think I agree with Foxinity. Normally, every character I've ever cosplayed I've cosplayed because I was playing their game, or I was watching their anime, or I was watching their show. And I think watching them or playing them or seeing them inspires me to cosplay them, mainly.
So the characters, for example, you are wearing now, what attracted you to them? Each one of you, for example.
Okay. I've been playing Overwatch since its beta, and I'm a D.Va main, and I really love D.Va. And I've loved her since 2016. So 2018, I was like, I have to cosplay her. Like, it is a given, and I did, and I still love it.
Yeah, but what do you love about her, for example? That is close to you, that relates to you. Yeah.
She's an icon, like she's like this kind of, like, I won't take any anything from anyone. I'm strong. I'm like out there, like you can come at me. She's this kind of strong, willing girl, and she gets a lot of bad attention online, because a lot of people, they like to stereotype gamer girls. But I really love it that even with the stereotypes, she still shows strength, and she still shows like willpower, and yeah, she's great.
Nerf this.
And Foxinity, well, I mean, I don't want to ask the question all the time. I mean, when I ask one question, you guys can jump in, but just feel free.
It seems you're very interested in this, man. That's why we just didn't want to say much, because it seems you're so indulged in cosplay. Like every time we talk about it, I can see excitement in your face, Habib.
We need Habib to cosplay next. We need him to join the dark side.
we make Habib like a transformer. He walks in, he had Bitcoin on his forehead,
Baraa? Baraa?
Right, should I? Right.
Baraa? Baraa, you can mute yourself. It's okay. No problem. Can someone mute Baraa? All right, guys, continue.
Right. So actually, before I actually got to know the character of Nova, I first saw her from Overwatch, because my favorite character from there had a skin based on Nova, Widowmaker. And I was like, who is this? Like, she looks so cool. And I didn't start with StarCraft for like a long time, because I wasn't, it didn't really pull towards me. And I actually first played her in Heroes of the Storm. And she was one of the first characters I picked. She was so cool. Her voice lines were so like badass. She honestly, what I love about her, she doesn't take criticism. She thinks she's the best, and she just goes with it, and I love it.
That's great. Baraa, you wanted to say something, I believe. I was listening, and I know that you were listening too, and I really wanted to have your opinion, because you host also, you participate to a lot of these conventions, but when I travel also to a lot of gaming conventions, I see a lot of cosplayers. But you feel that, and this is why I was asking a lot of questions now, because you feel that when they are in the conventions, they are so much in character that you can't really talk to them. You can't really ask them why, what. I'm just taking advantage of the situation now, because now I can. So, but Baraa, what do you think about cosplaying, really? And
dude, cosplay is a very important part of pop culture. That's it. We just can't go without it anymore. It adds so much color, so much substance, so much value. to the point right now, some of the events are willing to put a lot of money into prizes, you know, just to make it happen. Because the thing is, cosplayers at some point, they're not just hobbyists, they're part of the culture. They come in, they like the character, you know, if it's Jackie or Foxinity or Abdullah, and they will just walk in, of course, with their armor, they spend time, they want to have fun, but at the same time, they're working with us, you know, hand in hand to add more color and value to the event. When they walk around and they take pictures, it feels that they are definitely putting more effort than us sometimes in making the event work. So it's so important. I mean, actually, and here's another thing, Habib, they would love you to approach them. You don't feel like, you know, intimidated. It's like, I can't ask them any questions. They walk around and like, oh my God, look at this armor. No, they don't hurt. They're very nice people. You go and ask them, take a selfie. It's all good. They love it, you know? So at this point right now, we want to say to the cosplayers, we love you. We love you so much that we want to support you in any way we can. That's basically it. I go on stage, I try my best to give this crazy energy to every cosplayer that gets on stage. Not only that, I try to even support them. If some cosplayers are so good in craftsmanship, but let's say just lack some stage presence, we go together, we have fun, we dance, make fool of ourselves. If some cosplayers like feel a little bit shy or nervous, no, it's time to go together. We all have this one love. The thing about cosplay is that the energy is phenomenal. It's definitely, undoubtedly, something that will just make you feel this push and bursts of unbelievable, let's say, aura that it just takes you there. So when you're done with the event, you're just like, what just happened? Oh my God, all that energy, all this positivity, the colors, the cosplayers, the things we saw on stage, that was a proper show. But the crazy part, none of them like practiced beforehand. They all just go on stage and together they create magic on the spot. That's why I love cosplay. Just when it's cosplay competition, we go on stage, I present, cosplayers get on stage, they do their thing, they leave. People will think it's an actual show that we practiced, but we didn't. It just happens on the spot. And that's why it's like, it's magic in the making. That's what I think.
Do you compete with each other when you are creating these costumes? Do you have in the back of your mind, well, I'm doing this because I want to look the best at that convention. I want to have the best costume. I want to be recognized as the one that has the best costume. Anyone can answer. It's.
I think I'll answer. I think the primary impression is that cosplayers do think that, but we don't. Like when I make my costumes, I think about how accurate I can be to this character. I think about how much love and celebration I can give to this character, because in the end, I'm taking this character and I'm putting it out there to people. So when I put myself out there and when I look at other cosplayers, I don't want to think of it as I'm competing with them. Even if I see another character, like when I was doing Tifa from Final Fantasy VII and I saw another Tifa, I just went and I'm like, oh, come give me a hug, I love you, you know, because they're also celebrating that character and they're also showing that love. So if both of you are showing that love, that means you have a lot of things in common. So I don't think it's the competition, it's really all about the characters and the source material in the end.
Foxinity?
Honestly, I agree with everything that Jackie said. I think if you constantly are looking to compete with somebody else, just like making a costume just to compete with somebody else, you're not going to enjoy the costume that much. And you're going to eventually, without even noticing it, push yourself further and further away from the craft because you're not doing it for yourself anymore.
Abdullah?
Well, I'm gonna agree with both of them because, gonna be honest, Jackie said it all. Well, I don't have anything to put on the table.
Ibrahim?
Here's what I can put in. The cosplay community as a whole in the Middle East is very loving and very supportive of each other, especially when they come to places like Dubai. There are some people who are competitive, and being competitive is good. It's just when the focus shifts to just competing, I think you lose the essence of cosplaying, which was to bring people together. Becoming too competitive could lead to things breaking apart. So while we have some of those people in general, it's a very united front, and cosplaying, I think, in general, is very loved by everyone.
You know, Ibrahim,
fans.
Sorry, please continue.
No, please go ahead.
You know, I was asking all these questions, and in the end, and I think Jackie said it, and Foxinity said it in a different way as well, and Abdullah as well, is that it's just the love of the game and the love of the character. And so, because, you know, guys, you know, when I first saw you on and you came out on camera, you are impressive, you know, and there is an element of intimidation somehow, you know, and it does exist in your characters, and wearing like this, and you're really in it totally, and it looks so real. But so this is why I was asking all these questions, to understand what's really behind it. You know, is it competition? Is it just, you know, being able to do something from and start it and do the best of it? Is it just, you know, showing off in convention? But actually, it's not. It's really the love of the character. You love the character so much that you want to take it out of the game and really give it freedom in reality. That's it. You're right.
There is one more aspect. We were fortunate enough to work with Bahrain Writer Circle, and one of the established writers, Nourel Noemi, she looked at it from a bit different perspective. She looked at it from a point of using cosplay to do things which are not normally in your personality. There's a lot of people who are introverts. There's a lot of people who are shy, who don't really do performances in public or things like that. But when they wear the costume, the confidence, the power, the energy that comes with that costume makes them behave like a completely extrovert person. Like if you met this person in their normal clothes, in their normal life, they'd probably not talk to you much and keep to themselves because, you know, they're mostly gamers or they're not very outgoing. But in cosplay, their personality takes a shift to their characters. And this is something that, you know, if you look at it from, it's a bit different point of view. But this is also one of the reasons that people cosplay, is that they want to experience that side of their personality that they normally don't exhibit.
Yeah, this is why I was asking also, how do you relate to the character? Do you choose the character just for the appearance, or for what the character makes you feel, or you feel about the character? But what Ibrahim is saying is correct. I mean, do you cosplay because it gives you something that you cannot usually be in your normal real life?
Oh, definitely. In my case, I'm very, very shy and have no confidence whatsoever.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
In general. Yeah.
I can't believe it.
In general,
yeah.
I'm just drawn to characters who are so confident. So it helps me, you know, emotionally as well, to become just somebody else and sort of push out some confidence.
I think personally, cosplay has made me regain touch with my feminine side. Honestly, like I'd say in 2013, before I even started, I wasn't that, you know, girly, hee, you know. But when I started wearing characters like Hatsune Miku, you know, idols, you know, school idols from Japan, I realized like, oh, this is really cute, frilly skirts, dancing, you know, it's pretty cool. And I think I got more into that side of being, you know, cute and stuff. So I guess that helped me a lot.
Abdullah, I'm not sure. It's
well, in general, to be honest, cosplay helps overcoming insecurities a lot. Like, because a lot of people in our cosplay communities, you know, have body insecurities or face insecurities. Cosplay helps you overcoming them. Like in my case, to be honest, when it was like 2015 or 2013, I was really insecure with my face. But like when I started cosplaying in 2018, it really helped me overcoming my face insecurities. So yeah, cosplay does help you with a lot of things, and could make you from introvert into extrovert.
Tab.
I really think that there is this sense of community when you're at a con, and we actually do see this. We see that they have this sense of togetherness, and they start like helping each other. Like I've seen it happen, like someone's maybe like their prop came off a bit or had a little defect in their cosplay, and they actually just gather up, they huddle up and help each other, which I really find is interesting. It's a sense of community that they all share this love for cosplay and getting into character. And despite whether, even if you see that the characters are rivals, they actually like love each other, support each other, and they exchange like ideas and advice, and they have this beautiful kindred spirit, I guess that's the word. I'm not sure, but it's really beautiful. And maybe the intimidating part comes out is because that's the time where they feel the most confident and the most expressive of themselves. So you can see it like their confidence just being boosted through their armor and their styling of themselves and the character. It's really beautiful.
But it's just that the amount of work they put behind this is, I mean, I totally agree with you, Hanin, but the amount of work they put behind, I mean, they can buy a costume and become the costume and have more confidence, but they're actually working hours and hundreds of hours just to make it look like I'm seeing now. So it's so maybe there's this that is really, it's not confusing, but I'm asking what makes this so much love for the game and for the character to the point where you put so much effort behind it, you know? It's I think it's really you want to become that character totally, okay. Like without any flaws, like if you just were drawing it in the studio that is developing the game, and you're just becoming it, right?
More or less. Yeah.
More or less.
Like normally when I'm making a costume, I have reference sheets, and I think referencing takes me almost 2 days, because especially if I'm sewing a dress, I have to make this dress exactly in these exact proportions as this character. So I even, like, for instance, when Tifa from Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, she wasn't out in her full image. So I had to go and get like reference images from people that made a life-size statue of her in Japan. And I went into, I think, like Reddit and 4chan and I think Tumblr just to get these reference images, because her full picture wasn't out yet. And they ended up changing the skirt design in the end, which was really bad. But it's more or less like we use these pictures, like we use these things in order to get the most accurate result out of it. So
Obscenity, we still have around 2 minutes. I know Baraa, Hanin, Ibrahim, I'm sorry, I know I focused my questions on the cosplayers, but
no, it's okay.
It's the first time we actually host cosplayers.
No, it is about them.
Yes.
Usually, this conference, this event is more related to the industry, to the business behind it, to the creators behind it. Like if you come to DGC, you would meet the game designer that worked on your game, that drew your character that you cosplayed. So he's the guy that actually worked on it, imagined it, and gave it its shape, its colors, and everything. So this is the type of speakers, of businesses that usually come to this event. So it's the first time I host cosplayers, so I'm sorry I was asking maybe too many questions, but I was just
about them, like Baraa said.
Yeah. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy, Ibrahim, that you gave us this opportunity with Hanin to do this competition and to have this panel. And I'm really happy to meet you, Foxinity, Jackie, Abdullah, and it's really amazing. And I hope that we will be able to do more things with the cosplay community, we had a panel earlier with Ibrahim and Kate Edwards. And Kate is she's an executive in the gaming globally, you know, and she still cosplays, and she had her helmet during our session and everything, and her daughter is doing it. If you want to watch her, you can watch again her what we recorded about her when it will be out. But you guys, I'm really happy that we had this talk, and the time just ended, and so I don't know. I have 1,000 more questions, but no more time to ask. Really. So
It's okay.
thank you very much for being here. We have our competition still going. We have a PlayStation as a prize. So we're very happy to give that to the winners. I mean, it's just nothing compared to the work you guys are doing, and really keep up the good work. Just one more question, because I cannot leave without it. It's whenever there is a new game that comes out and that you play, do you always pick a character in a new game, or you can, or you stay on, let's say, 1 or 2 games, and these are the ones where you will be? Is it like whenever there is a new game, you pick a character? Just quickly, very quickly. Yes, no, yes, no.
Well, yeah, mostly yes. Most as cosplayers like to choose like more trending video games characters, and as well like new video games, anime, or shows. We like to cosplay as these new characters because most of us cosplayers like to cosplay characters that nobody cosplayed like around the world. Only like about 2 or 3 cosplayers who cosplayed this character. Like it gives more an amazing feeling. Like, hey, I'm actually one of the 3 around the world who cosplay as this character right now. So yeah, mostly yes.
I mean, I guess like normally, I just cosplay what I enjoy. You know, even if it's not a very trending game, like from Vocaloid, I have these plans of cosplaying every single Vocaloid, even though it's not popular anymore at all. So it really depends. But normally, I think just cosplayers cosplay what they love. So even if it's
exactly.
or not.
I'll have to agree with Jackie. Honestly, as long as I find it interesting, if it's new, I'll probably do it if I like it. So honestly, as long as it's something that I feel passionate about, I think this goes for a lot of cosplayers again. Then we'll probably do it.
That's great, and thank you, Ibrahim. Really, thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Foxinity. Thank you, Abdullah, Haneen, Baraa. I'm sorry we didn't talk much. But I think you have other sessions with us, so you'll have the call for you on your own. And thank you, Ibrahim. And we will be, I guess,
thank you.
Showing some of these videos from the contest. And Kate Edwards will, who is our judge, and yourself and Haneen will pick the winner. And then we will also announce this. And well, that's it. Thank you very much.